If you're stuck on 12-30, then this video is definitely going to help you out, so stick around to find out how. Yo, what's going on guys, it's Mookie, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down how to beat 12-30 in the regular story mode of Cookie Run Kingdom. For this video, I'll be going over two teams, one being a high DPS efficient manual team, and the other being a much lower DPS full auto team. I will also be covering their toppings so you too can copy the builds and hopefully beat this level. And with that, let's jump right in. So in terms of the level, all you guys essentially need to know is the boss does have a fixed rotation of attacks. I personally didn't look at this the first time I did this, as I just wanted to make sure my cookie survived and I did a lot of damage. If you guys are curious about it though, I would highly suggest slowing down this video and checking out the attack rotation if you're trying to counter and maybe make a team of your own. I would suggest doing this as opposed to going into the level yourself, as it's going to save you some stamina. However, if you guys are going to be testing out any level, I would highly suggest using this one tip, as it's essentially just going to be a little workaround to save you some stamina, and who doesn't love that? Essentially all it's going to be is when you enter a level and you feel like you're going to beat it, but maybe there's one cookie that's close to dying and you don't want to get that 2-star, simply just exit the level. So if the boss is close to dying at like 100,000 HP and your pumpkin pie or whoever might be close to dying, simply leave the level and it'll refund you half the stamina. So if you entered in at 14, you'll be refunded 7 stamina. This makes it so now I can go in, replace some of the toppings on whatever cookie was close to dying, and then when I'm ready, go back in and get that 3-star while saving the most stamina I can. Doing this is just a really effective way of saving stamina, and I would highly suggest it for anyone wanting to test out teams for any level in the game. Now before we hop into team comps, I quickly want to say I will be using the same treasures for both of these teams, and those are going to be the scroll for the attack percentage, the jelly watch for the lower cooldown on my team for more ability usage, and lastly my favorite treasure, the slingshot, for that extra enemy defense weakening, which results in your DPS being much higher on your team. So for the first team, it's just going to be my classic comp consisting of Dark Choco, Eclair, Affogato, and Cotton. And then for the last pick, you can mix in whatever kind of damage dealer you want. In the video, you will see that I test out both Vamp and Adventurer Cookie separately as the main DPS single target slot. They both perform amazingly. My Vamp is very invested in and maybe overly invested, especially for this level, and my Adventurer Cookie is a little underinvested, but this makes a good duality so you guys can see that as long as you have a main DPS role in the team, this team comp will work essentially the same. The rotation is super simple and very fun once you get the hang of it. The rotation is going to be Affogato first for the debuff and the poison on the enemy, followed by Dark Choco for that now stronger defense debuff, then Eclair for that weaken effect, which is now also stronger due to Affogato, followed by Cotton for extra DPS and heals, and lastly but most importantly is going to be your main DPS. Now when you use your main DPS, you need to quickly pop that slingshot treasure to ensure the highest possible DPS. If you mistime that last part, you can miss the DPS window and it will affect your DPS output by a little more than half, which for almost any situation you're gonna lose the level. If you are struggling to get the timing down, then I would slow down the speed to 1.2 times, as I found that the sweet spot for all the new players trying to learn this rotation. So once more to summarize, it's going to be Affogato first, Dark Choco, Eclair, Cotton, and then your DPS, and as soon as you get your DPS off, the slingshot following that. And with that, this is going to be the high DPS manual team. Now really quickly, if you guys are enjoying the video so far and finding it informative, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. It lets me know you guys like this type of content, and it helps the channel out in the best possible way. And of course, it's always appreciated on my end. And with that, let's get into the fun auto team. Now for the auto team, I grabbed the Conjuring team. So again, this is just going to be a super tanky team that does mediocre passive damage. The team is going to be Cotton, Licorice, as well as Pumpkin Pie. I also kept Eclair and Affogato as they just synergize so well with both each other and this passive DPS team. For the rotation, it's pretty simple. Just start the level and then make sure auto is turned on. And that's basically it. I settled for the slingshot over the pincushion treasure, as the difference was negligible, and in terms of probability, you are more likely to get the slingshot, which is a rare treasure leveled up faster, than the pincushion, which is an epic treasure. For toppings, my Vamp is going to be on a full searing raspberry with attack and crit to focus on. Pumpkin Pie and Adventurer Cookie are on the same full searing raspberry set with attack as the focus. I was just too lazy to go level up some other ones, so I swapped between the two. Licorice and Cotton are on a full Swift Chocolate set to pump out the skills as frequently as possible. Dark Choco is on a full almond set with damage resist focus for that tankiness. Eclair is going to be on a hybrid set of Swift Chocolate and almond for that tankiness and quick ability regen. I mostly focus HP to make sure he survives the fight. and Affogato is also going to be on a hybrid set of Swift Chocolate and Searing Raspberry for quick ability usage, but also nice amount of DPS. So if you guys build either of these teams, I'd love to hear how it went in the comments below. And while you're doing that, feel free to check out my other socials in the description. Included in there will be my Twitch, where I stream a couple nights a week, so come hang out and have a fun time. With that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Good luck with this level, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.